Hello, folks. Welcome to today's football predictions of bettor. Another very beautiful Saturday morning, and once again, we are back with our predictions. As usual, we take a look at football games that are going on across the globe, and we make verdicts on each of these matches based on the recent result that we saw these teams having. All right, and we bring all those results together and come up with the best possible verdict for each of the matches. All right, that's what we're doing on a daily basis. Even though yesterday wasn't the best days for us, but at the same time, we're winning our matches and doing so very well. Okay, and hopefully today we are going to have a very wonderful day. All right. Also, remember we have our VIP special group for our channel membership. Or you can always join and also have access to some of the games that we put out there. And also, you can see the link in the description of this very video, as well as anywhere you see join channel membership around this very video. Okay. With that said, we'll head to the business of today. All right. Today's first game is in English Premier League. We'll have Crystal Palace will be facing Liverpool. A very, very strong encounter out there. And when you look at how these two sides fared in recent games, you see that for Crystal Palace is a good side. They have actually won 2 matches, but have drawn 4 out of the last 6 games that they had. Have not lost a single game. And meanwhile, their away side, interestingly, have won every single game they have had in the last 6 matches of Liverpool. They're in fine form at the moment. And when you look at how the sides fare for home and away basis, you can see the home side, Crystal Palace, is a very, very interesting side. You can see the last 10 home matches that they had, saw them winning, 5 games and drawing 5. They've not lost a single game in the last 10 home matches. Although they had a 1-0 draw in the last home match they had against Millwall. All right, for Liverpool on the other hand, last 10 away matches for them saw them winning 6 games and drawing 1, and as well as losing 3 games in the last 10 away matches. Okay, and the last 2 away games they had was sort of beating the likes of Newcastle from away as well as Burnley. All right, so the last time these two sides met was actually in just last month, and it was in Community Shield. It was a 2-2 draw between the two sides on that very occasion, and the previous we saw them also playing out a 1-0 draw in May of this very year. But we are going to make verdicts on this very game based on the form, and we could see that Liverpool is actually having a better form, winning 6 games out of the last 6 matches that they had. We'll be giving it to their away side and Liverpool to win in this very one. That's why the big odd we are going with the away side winning out strongly. That's what value for that very game. All right, the next game we have for you today will be in the Spanish La Liga, where we'll have Villarreal who will be up against Atletico Bilbao. Okay, for Villarreal, the last 6 games we've seen them winning 3 matches and a draw, also losing 2 games. And for Atletico Bilbao, 2 wins and a draw, as well as 3 losses in the last 6 games that they had. Okay, all right, when you take a look at that how they fared from home and away basis, all right, you can see that the home side Villarreal have been doing very well. They've been flying high, winning 7 matches in the last 10 games. They've also had 2 draws, and 1 loss out of the last 10 home matches that they had. The last 2 game they had was against Osasuna. We saw them doing so very well, beating Osasuna. Krasnodar, we also saw them beating Girona by 5 goals to 0 from home. All right, but for our side, Atletico Bilbao, who have not been doing so very well recent time, haven't seen them win only 3 games in the last 10 away matches. They've also lost 7 matches out of those 10 away games that they had. And we saw the last away game they had was against Valencia, and we saw Valencia beating this very side by 2 goals to 0 on that very occasion. All right, and when we look at how the two sides fare for home and away basis, from head-to-head performances, you can see that it was a 0-0 draw the last time both teams met, but prior to that we saw Atletico Bilbao winning, playing from home on that very occasion, also winning against Villarreal by 2 goals to 0. And as a matter of fact, in this very encounter, we'll be making down verdict based on forms. We know that Villarreal is in fine form, especially when they're playing from home. But we're going with home side Villarreal to win either half. Home to win either half in this very encounter. All right, that's what we expect for that very encounter. Villarreal to win in either first half or second half. That's our verdict. All right, we head to the next for today. It is in Russia Premier League. We'll have the home side Rostov will be facing Krasnodar. And looking at the stats, you can see that Rostov have had 2 victories and 3 draws. They've lost once in the last 6 matches. And the side Krasnodar had 4 victories and a draw, as well as 1 loss in the last 6 games that they had. All right, when you take a look at how the side fared for home and away basis, you can see the home side Rostov have had 3 victories and 3 draws. They've also lost 4 matches in the last 10 away games that they had. But Krasnodar, on the other hand, have won 8 matches and a draw, out of the last 10 away games. Okay, this is a side that does very well from away. You can see they only had one loss, and that loss was in the match against CSK Moscow, and but we saw them doing so very well in recent times, winning most of their away matches that they had, 80%, to be precise. And when you look at how the side fared for on head-to-head basis, you see that Krasnodar also have been winning against this very side. The last four meetings between the two sides have seen Krasnodar beating this very side. The last one being in July, we saw Krasnodar winning by 4 goals to 2. Prior to that, we also saw them beating Rostov from away by 1 goal to 0, as well as 2-0 victory and 3-2 victory for Krasnodar. It's a side who have been doing so very well against Rostov, and it's the reason we'll be going with our side Krasnodar to do very well and win our shortly in this very encounter. So I will win. That's all valid for that very game. And the next, which I'm going to be the last for today, is in German third division, where we have MSV Duisburg will be up against Ingolstadt. All right, for Duisburg, we could see 5 wins out of 6 and a single draw. And Ingolstadt, on the other hand, having 1 win and 3 draws. They've also lost 2 games out of the last 6 matches. But from home and away perspective, you can see at home side Duisburg winning 9 matches, winning 8 matches and drawing 2 in the last 10 home matches. They've not lost a single match in the last 10 home games that they had. Duisburg, they do so very well from home, all right? And for the away side, Ingolstadt, they've actually managed to achieve 3 victories and 3 draws. They've lost 4 matches from the last 10 away matches. And the last time both teams met, it was Ingolstadt who played from home and won on that very occasion by 2 goals to 0. You know, and that actually Ingolstadt have actually won the last 6 meetings between the two sides. Ingolstadt have always been winning, but judging by the recent form of this ball, haven't seen them doing so very well from home. I am expecting the home side this ball to take the turn here, so it is the home side to win out shortly. That will be the value for that very encounter. Okay, and that will take us to the last for today. All right, that actually is the last for today, and wish you the very best of luck and hope your ticket goes great. Now, remember to play responsibly, and also note that other games that we have will be on our VIP special group. We're putting out games that we believe to be also having that probability of coming out correctly. If you're able to join, you can always find the link in the description of this very video, as well as anywhere you see join channel membership around this very video. If you're able to join VIP special for small token. All right, with that said, tomorrow is another day. Definitely we'll be back with our predictions right on this very channel. Urge you to not miss out. But until that time, keep winning.